King Charles and Queen Camilla are said to be crowned with the historic headpieces at the May 6 coronation, but Kate Middleton may go to the surprisingly more low-key option at the historic event. With less than 6 weeks to go until the coronation, it's thought that the Princess of Wales might not be wearing a tiara for the prestigious event. However, with the increased anticipation for her delivery glamour, people understand the conversation around the decision is still ongoing. Looking at the back past coronation, there is a precedent for the women in the royal family to wear bejeweled toppers. Tiaras were worn by nearly every royal lady at the Queen's coronation in 1953, as well lots of aristocratic women, but times have certainly changed in 70 years. Indeed, 7 years ago, there were tiaras and coronets aplenty, including Queen Elizabeth's maids of honor and hundreds of the pierces too. Garrett, the crown of jeweler at the time, was inundated not only the name of commissions from the guests attending, but with the cleaning request as everybody dusted off their finest sparkly headwear after the war. No one had worn the jewelry or tiaras during the war, recalls author Lady Annie, then called Lady Annie Coke and one of the Elizabeth VI maids. People were queuing to have their tiaras, which were like great fenders of diamonds, stomatures, and necklaces cleaned. One thing we can guarantee is that the Charles and the Queen Camilla will sporting crowns. The most the most historically significant is Saint Edward Crown. According to the Historic of Royal Palace website, it is the most important sacred of all the crowns and is only used at the moment of crowning itself. Originally made for its coronation of the King Charles II in 1661, and the crown weighs nearly 5 pounds and is encrusted with the 444 semi-precious stones. Camilla will certainly be breaking with the tradition when it comes to choice the crown, wearing Queen Mary's crown worn by its namesake for King George V coronation in the existing crown if reissued for the coronation. The decision made is in the interest of sustainability and efficiency. Certainly indicates the coronation will look and feel different to the previous one. If King follows the lead of his late mother, he will depart Westminster Abbey wearing his lighter 3-pound imperial state crown, which contains some of the most famous jewels in the royal collection, featuring the Black Prince ruby and the Stuart sapphire and diamond, in addition to the Saint Edward sapphire, which can belong to the Anglo-Saxon King Edward the Confessor, who died in 1066. Should Kate, along with other senior female member of the family, forego of the tiara, when presumably long gowns are out of the question too, resulting in a radically different dress code to what might have been expected, with the heirloom tiaras potentially replaced with the hats or the fascinators. I am certainly hoping we will see coronation tiaras, but it's possibly that the Charles is following the example of some of his European countries, like the King of the Netherlands, and setting daytime formal dress code for the event. That would mean that we could still see some grand jewels like necklaces, brooches, and earrings, but no tiaras. I will be sad if that's true, but it just be like another part of the deformalization of the British royal world that has taken place over the last several decades. King Charles' ceremony will be more modest than his mother's crowning, as estimated 2,000 guests will pour into Westminster Abbey's pews on 6th of May, while 825 people will attend the Elizabeth, and the service has been cut down to the 60 minutes, third of the Queen's 3-hour coronation in 1953. Charles will be introduced more modern elements. It's going to be more inclusive, I think, with many more religious